beautiful people. Welcome to the Miss Best Reviews channel. We have James from Watch Your Mouth Reviews. Welcome in.
Hey everybody, like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you show my girl some love. You know, she
Please
monetized
do.
now, so we got to make sure we keep that momentum going up, 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 up.
Yeah, because I'm realizing the only way I'm going to make any doggone money is if I keep growing. And I'm
Yes.
weird. I don't want to have too big of an audience. So I was talking to Josiah about that last night. Like, how's that going to work? I'm so shy. What's poppin', Shayna? Welcome in. Shayna also
Okay,
covers this show. She's also a great creator. We just did a live with her. I hope to do more with her, but I believe you said you might cover the show. Let us know if you have decided. I hope you do.
yeah, let us know, Shane, so I can watch. I definitely want to get your opinion on some of these couples too, because I
A
don't
lot.
know. I don't know, friend. This is actually a lot more complex than last season.
Last season, we still had Dr. Pepper and Pastor Calvin, and Dr. Pepper specifically been there since day one, but Pastor Calvin had been there for a while. I'm not trying to be disrespectful because I do believe in God, and I see nothing wrong with consulting with a pastor, but unless people are truly religious, I feel like he struggled to get through to them, if that makes sense.
Yes,
Um,
it does make sense. Yes.
I'm super glad that they switched it up because I feel like the old format was stale, just a
Okay.
little, just a little stale. There are a lot of red flags though, which kind of annoyed me. Let's get messages. Oh Lord, 1K. That kind of scares me.
Don't let it scare you, friend. Let's get you to
Lord.
100K. Let's get you in early retirement here.
Okay, this stupid background is not working, so I'm gonna I don't do this often. I'm gonna just get rid of it because I'm like, all you saw was the sun, and I didn't like it. This new guy just like Pastor Cal, so we could have just kept him. I agree, though, they needed a change. He did give that.
He did give it based on my only experience last season with him. It did. I thought it was the same guy. I had to Google him just to make sure I was not confusing him. I was like, okay, they kept the guy. And then the lady, I thought that was the same lady from Marriage Boot Camp that used to be with Dr. Ish. I thought that was her. And then I had to Google her too.
She does kind of, I can understand why you thought that, but that other lady, what happened to her, Dr. V?
Yes, Dr. V. That's what I thought that was. Yes, I was like, oh, Dr. V went to Married at First Sight. Okay, Dr. V. And then I Googled because I Googled Pastor, and I was like, okay, that's not him. I said, but that has to be the lady from Marriage Boot Camp. That makes sense for her to be here. And it wasn't her. And I said,
James,
oh,
your
wow, she
haircut
looks
look
just like
really
her.
good. I know that's
Thank you,
random.
friend. No,
It
thank you,
look
friend. I
good.
love my haircut.
He got you
I
the good
switched
fade
barbers
on the side.
because the barber I started going here when I first moved here, he happened to cut my hair the entire time. He happens to be in New York right now. That's what they were telling me in the barber shop. So his nephew cut my hair, and he did a good job. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, okay, I might actually switch and
Your
come to you instead of
nephew.
your uncle. Yes. Hmm.
I love a good haircut. Love a haircut on a black man. I'm here for it. What else did Shayna say? We want ads on your video. I know I just verified my address. This has been a lot. Okay. YouTube want to know my social security number. They made me fill out some sort of tax form. There were like a cajillion other forms because I'm in California. I'm like, aren't y'all based out here? Lord, but it is worth it. It's cool. It's very cool. I'm a very shy person. James will tell you I'm introverted. I've kind of opened up as I've grown. So YouTube is kind of healthy for me because otherwise I'll stay at my house in the bushes, not weeping. I'll just stay inside. I'm a weird person though. But shout out to your barber, James. Good for him. Maybe you get some anybody in North Carolina, hit them up. This season of Married at First Sight is going to be covered in Seattle. This is like the place I wanted to go out of high school and the place I still want to go and live. I love Washington. I love the rain. I would love to live there. However, I do know that Seattle is one of the harder places in this country to date. I think it's like Seattle, New York, Miami, LA.
Yeah.
Seems the bigger the city, the harder it is to date, which is odd because you have more inventory. But fun fact about Seattle, there's something known as the Seattle freeze, which is when people move there it takes a very long time compared to other places to like make friends, and the residents and the local. I saw this on YouTube somewhere. Shout out to World According to Briggs, but it like they want to see you stay there for like 3 years before they really start to acknowledge you, which it's odd, but I guess so. I can understand why they're in Seattle. But we have this Paul C. Brand. Apparently, he was one of the relationship experts on Married at First Sight, the UK version. I do not watch the UK version. I did not really catch his credentials, but whenever I hear just relationship expert, it worries me. And then we have Dr. Liz Patton, who's the other expert, who's going to kind of be the, what is it called, a sexologist?
Sexologist, kind of relationship, like coach or something like that. That's what she said.
Yeah. I didn't mind them. I do agree with Shayna, though. The Paul guy is kind of similar to Pastor Cal. But at least with Pastor Cal, like he would share things about himself to like connect with the audience and connect with the couples. The one thing I did like about Paul, I feel like he got on the men. Like he kind of forced out some accountability, which we'll get into. So I was going to go over each couple for this review, but then after I watched the episode, I was like, oh, we only got a couple of couples. Got 3 or 4.
And it was very interesting formatting.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, I actually did have to watch it a second time, which I don't usually do. That's more so James's thing that he does.
James
watches. Go ahead.
James watches, because everybody teases me about this. Yes, I watch shows more than one time. I do, because I always miss something. This one I actually only watched one time. So the irony that she had to watch it 4 times, that I only had to watch it one time because I didn't miss anything.
It wasn't that I missed stuff. I was just like struggling with how I wanted to format the notes for like doing a review. Because I was going to do a pre-record. I decided to do a live. Oh, it's been the Hot Mess Express this week for me. But it was all over the place because they introduced the men to us first and I saw names, but then they put the group off into like the bachelor and bachelorette party. I'm not really going to go over the bachelor and bachelorette parties. I'm going to just save what the red flags that Felipe gave us at that event and that Adam gave us at that event and discuss them since they're a part of the couples. But we're going to have, it looks like a lot of couples this season because there's Devin, Mecca, Nick, Adam, Felipe, and then there's a woman for each of them. So, and I'm probably missing some of them.
You're missing at least 3.
Yeah, there's a lot of couples this season, which I'm wondering, is it going to be a really long season? Because how are you going to appropriately document these people's time together? You know what I mean? But we're going to start with Adam and Marissa because Married at First Sight, you stress me out with this for the reviewers. You stress me out. Okay. So I'm going to just go into the couples. Adam and Marissa are the first match. Adam is 29. He's a restaurant manager. He claims that he worked hard to become attractive. For me, that was red flag number 1. He has said this in his confessional and to some of the guys when they were at that bachelor party. And then he was showing pictures of his before and after. And I was like, but you look the same. Like, he's not an unattractive guy. He didn't look too bad before, but he kind of looks the same.
He just looked like, you know how kids struggle to lose like their baby fat and like boyish good looks? It was kind of reminiscent of that. I didn't feel like he was less attractive. I just thought he wasn't. Listen, he wasn't somebody I would look at. I would look right over. But it was just, I'm just saying, I get where he was coming from, but it wasn't like you needed to do anything. You just had to grow out your baby looks.
I agree with that. I agree with that. He just had to grow. But right, Shayna's agreeing. He looks older, but the same.
They're the same, yeah. You just like
he's showing he was insecure. Like, be confident in yourself because he's a handsome gentleman. I don't know. What do people always say? Beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah, because he wasn't the one He wasn't the one I thought was on my top 5 list.
Not your top 5. Why you got a list?
Well, I'm just saying, like, because we have so many people. See, because I felt like last season there weren't really that many attractive people on there. Like, it wasn't like, oh wow, like stunning. There was only like 4 people. I feel like here we got a little bit more.
Who else does not Miss Rhonda? I had, man, I do not miss Rhonda. My husband was like, well, some of the old people be back. Do you remember that lady Rhonda? I looked at him and growled, like, what?
No, we don't miss Rhonda at all. Rhonda was so problematic.
She's still
And
alive,
she was one
though.
that she's one that fooled everybody and then started to show those toxic traits later on. And we were like, oh, Rhonda, how quick those tables turned on you.
Rhonda fooled us all. Shayna said late bloomers are usually problematic. I agree with James. He's
Yes,
okay.
they are.
He's
Yeah,
not fine, but I do agree with that. Maybe late bloomers are kind of problematic.
I agree.
I feel like we see this a lot on TV.
Yep.
I see they're all in the same age range this season. I appreciate that. Because last season with Rhonda and the mom daughter combo, but the mom, I kind of felt like everybody kept turning to them for like advice and things, and they had the most toxic situations. So it's kind of good that we don't have nobody who's, you know, just hecka young. I'm glad for that. And 29 is a good age because that's the age you should kind of be like, ooh, I want to commit and settle down, but you're also not too old, if that makes sense. And I do believe there's a such thing as too old for situations like this. And Rhonda was a good example of that. But Felipe's been single for years. He says he dates a lot. He says he cheated on somebody before, but he forgot that he cheated on that person. How do you forget that you cheated on somebody? How, how how do you not, like, it's one thing about admitting to cheating, but like, who forgets they've cheated?
Red flag number two.
Right.
Red flag number two, because what it means is that you don't either respect, you didn't respect the person that you were with and probably neglect their feelings, or the person didn't exist and you really didn't cheat.
He don't know. It sounds like he be
Because
having,
to me, I don't know not one woman that would not be upset or mad that wouldn't help you remember the fact that you cheated.
that's,
You must
you
have
know what,
been,
that's a good point.
yeah,
That's a
you must
really
have
good
been
point.
so blacked out drunk that either you made up the cheating to get rid of that girl or it never happened. It's one of the two because I don't know a woman. Y'all put her in front of me. I've yet to meet a woman that has not blew her lid for her man cheating.
Huh. Okay. All right. That's true. Because if I know if I end up cheated on, there won't be a Mr. Best. I'm a widow. That's all.
Ah,
Let them try it. Play with me. That evil twin to come out. Shada said I would think older people would be better in this situation, but it didn't work last
it
season.
if they were bachelorette style, yes, they would work. Not couples who have a lot of emotional baggage, like married for over 20 years, got grown children and grandchildren. I don't think that dynamic works in this because they're so set in what their old relationships were like, and they probably were trying to mirror that again. I think if we got older bachelorette kind of situations, like people who just never married and made it up to 45 and older, I think that will work better because there's a lot of less life experience in marriage and more, dynamic of turning that single into a relationship. I think that's how it will work.
I agree. I used to feel like the older situations worked better, especially in the older seasons, but I think last season didn't work because of the fact that they had both been married before, trauma, grown
Yeah.
kids, owned homes. Like everybody was a little too set. So I do agree with James there. Probably because the other men lied and said they never cheated. Girl, I never understand. Y'all be having the audacity and the gall to go and take that risk and cheat, right? Not to cheat, but you're scared to tell the truth about what you did. And it's funny because you don't know these people. You
Right.
don't know these people. But I was like, I know some of the men in there cheated, especially with what was exposed about Adam that we'll get to later. Oh yeah, they all was up in there lying about cheating, and one of them looked a little gay. I'm not gonna lie, I said what I said.
They
No
all,
pun
never mind.
intended.
Let me shut up. Let me shut up. Because I would say,
Wait a
I'm going to
minute, let me
say
shit.
5 out of the 7.
Yes, some of them did give very
Yes.
the vibes that men might be who they need, but they did that with Josh last season, so I'm not surprised. Um, I don't know because this age group rarely lasts in this dynamic. The success rate is low. I also agree with that. I feel like the perfect age for this type of experiment, I feel like at the youngest, 35.
Yes.
And I feel like at the oldest, 50.
Yes.
Past that, that's where people start to
That's
get
really,
set in
yeah,
their
it get a little
ways.
iffy. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
35 and 50 is perfect for this
It's a
experiment.
good age range. It's definitely a
Yes,
good age range.
I
Because
agree.
any younger, I was concerned when I saw Felipe. Shayna, you want a link, girl? I need to
Yeah, Shayna, what
I,
you doing right now, girl? Come on up here.
I
You didn't
need
cook
to
dinner already, the
invite
kids?
Shayna for next week. This week, you could come whatever you want though, Shayna. Shayna don't need an invite. She really don't. A good amount of them were zesty. Okay, I thought it was just me, and I did not want to be
No, I
mean
was.
and say like, "Oh, they seem gay," but they did.
No,
They
Adam to
did.
me was the biggest one that set off my gaydar, personally.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait to
It's
talk
kind of,
about
it
that.
reminds me of Alex from Summer's House Mark the Vineyard. He reminds just a colorless version. Just a colorless version. There's so many things. There's so many things he said to me. It was kind of like, "Are you sure you like women? Like, are you sure?" That's how I see it.
Lord help us. Oh, hi. Hey, Shani. I hope you had a good
Hey.
day. I hope you had an easy day. May you not be cooking unless it's for me. Shayna said finding 35 to 40s. I see what they mean. I probably need the glasses prescription. Without younger kids is kind of hard. That's why I like the grown kids dynamic. That's kind of true. I would imagine it would be difficult to blend like kids under 18 with like a random person you're marrying for the
Yeah,
first time.
I can see that too. I can,
Yeah.
yeah, I agree.
And a lot of people really from like 21 to 40 in America, I don't care where you're from, how you grew up, you probably have kids or know somebody with kids. Oh, snap, a new show to review. Well, we reviewed it last season, Shani. I just didn't do it live last season. I think we did pre records last season.
No, we didn't.
But this is
We
my
did
second
live.
time reviewing Married at First Sight. You keep freezing. I don't know if it's just for me or what'd you
Is it
say?
me that's freezing or is it you that's freezing?
I'm
I
right
don't
by
know. I
my
feel like it. I
Wi-Fi.
feel like it was you that froze, but okay. But because I see,
I
I'm
don't
just
know.
fine. One of us is freezing, y'all. I don't know who it is, but one of us is freezing. But no, we did the show live
Oh, we
last season.
did. Okay.
We did it live last
Okay, that's
season. Yep.
probably why my brain was like, do it live, do it live. I would come up, but I'm taking out my daughter's hair and she's loud. Oh, she's
Aww,
so cute.
she
She
is.
gives
She's
me baby
adorable.
fever every time you post her.
Yes. I'd be like, oh
She's
my
so
gosh, I
cute.
cannot wait to have my own children, y'all. I can't wait. Like every time I see people with kids, I'm like, oh, but
Not
I
she
got time.
loud. That was my little sister getting her hair done growing up. And we had dreadlocks coming up. I cut them in right before I got to high school. But my little sister, when she would get them twisted, would scream as if she was being beaten. Like Joe Jackson
Child,
was a daddy.
child in high school, she traded in the locks for the braids because I ain't never seen what her hair looked like.
Hey, I'm not in braids right now, and that's rare. But it's okay.
Crochet.
It's not my hair. It is crochets, but still. I switched it up some way. I prefer braids. I don't have time. But Shayna's daughter is adorable.
She is. She is
She's
absolutely beautiful.
adorable. She looked like you too, Shayna. No cooking for me today. Amen. Amen.
That's okay, Shani, but I'll be over there on Sunday.
Not
Like, when
be.
I tell you, when you cook Sunday dinner, I'm gonna be over for my plate of food.
Oh, neither one of us are freezing for you guys. Okay, then that's me
It's
and
just
James.
us. That's just us then. Okay.
Because I'm literally right next to the router.
Me
It's
too.
right
That's
next
why
to
I'm
me.
like, it's right in that closet. That's why I'm like, I know it ain't me.
Okay, so maybe it's like StreamYard.
StreamYard. It's StreamYard being
Per
crazy.
usual.
Yeah.
Don't let
Mm-hmm.
us be great. Y'all go subscribe to JB Says What?
Oh boy.
Hello, JB. I just watched your Baddies review. I did. And the reason why, because I don't watch Baddies, but I went and got my hair done earlier this week, and my hair braider loves Baddies and put it on. And so I learned about a Big Lex. Who was the other one? Who was the other one? There's a very wide framed woman with a deep voice who cries a lot. And who else was it? The little Mariah Lynn from Love and Hip Hop is still on there. I was surprised. I was actually entertained.
I don't watch any of that. I can't. I don't do anything Zeus. I'm sorry, y'all. I'll get there one day. I ain't there yet.
Lord help us. But I was actually just like, I can watch someone's review and understand it. So I was proud of myself. But that's all. Oh Lord, it is braid adjacent. It's pretty much braids. And I only have this in my hair because I wear braids so much, but I do not want my hair to fall out. I actually have a lot of hair up there. And it is more of a protective style than just having them singles hanging on your head, child. I can't do it. Oh, it's 500 degrees. No, it's like 500. I'm not turning on that stove or the oven. Oh, wait. Yeah, we finally got heat in the Bay Area, but it's not like I live in Oakland, which is right on the bay. So, like, heat for us, we were happy to get 78 degrees. I was very happy for it. I was very happy. My AC is on right now, though.
That ain't nothing.
I know. That's why when I go visit James, he'd just be looking at me like, this girl, she knows it's hot.
No, because she want to come in the summer months. Where I'm so glad she came in November last time she came to see me. Because I'm like, girl, it wasn't that damn.
It was hot as hell.
It was not that hot, y'all.
It was hot. I looked at a melanin redacted lady. She was walking by. Her little kids was trying to sell me something. I said, it's hot. You got them outside? She was like, you must not be from here. No, I'm not, bitch. Just hot as heck. JB is doing the Lord's work.
I'm trying to tell you.
He is. He really is. But I just really enjoy his facial expressions and reactions because he's so polite, but so not polite all in one. And to me, that's just funny as hell. I enjoy it. I'm trying to cook spaghetti too right now. Oh Lord.
You know that's my favorite. So.
Y'all over there baking on the East Coast? Ooh, global warming is crazy because that's too chilly for July. Well, that's actually common. Carl,
that's coming from the Bay Area, yeah.
Carl, the fog in
the
Bay Area. Usually in July, we get like maybe 75 to 90 degree weather throughout the whole Bay. But then at night, like it will be 90 degrees during the day, but at night it'll drop to like 50.
50, yep.
With a breeze. Mm-hmm. And then you wake up the next day and it's hot as hell. It's
yeah, Bay Area is beautiful though. And it's
beautiful, but
nice and sunny, but it's definitely interesting.
It's interesting. You bring a jacket everywhere you go. I saw a scene from the boys' version of Baddies, I think, and somebody got kicked in the face.
What?
Oh God. Yes, JB, yes. I like her music too. But yes, that's the one. I think they were upset at her because I guess people keep fighting for her. And she's like, but y'all don't gotta fight for me. You don't gotta fight for me. I didn't ask you to fight for me. And I was just like, I love her voice. And then somebody snatched her wig off, but her good gay friend came and put it back on. But I was like, oh, she doesn't fight. I didn't know people went on Baddies and did not fight. I didn't know. But her voice is funny. I love her. I enjoy her. Yeah, we over here baking, and I don't mean in the oven, just step outside. I hate her music for the IG. Damn, Lord. My brother keep asking me to cover Baddies too. I'm like, nope. But I referred her to JB's Says What. Sure did. Getting back into Married at First Sight. Still love Felipe. He's a cheat. He's a red flag. He didn't like himself. He didn't feel pretty growing up. And now he feels beautiful. And he works in the restaurant industry as a manager. It was odd to meet him. Now, Felipe ends up with Tori. Since I was talking about him, let's just stay on him. I felt like he had a very extroverted personality. Obviously, he works in the restaurant industry. He said that he is usually out late and that he starts work at 4 p.m., which is common in restaurants. Hell, I remember working at Elephant Bar and starting work between 4 and 5 and leaving out of there at like 12:30, 1 a.m. So that's common for restaurants. Now, what's not common for restaurants that he's trying to make seem common is the partying and staying out till 4 a.m. So when he talks to Paul, the relationship expert, it comes out about this partying. And I'm kind of looking at them like, I like that you called it out, because if you're going to get married, you really cannot have yourself out partying all the time. Like, it's one thing to get off work late, but bring your ass home or bring the party to the home. But if you're gonna have a wife, and especially one that doesn't work at night, if she has a different schedule and then you're creeping in the house at 4 o'clock in the morning, like what? And he's 29, he's not even 30 yet. So, men suffer arrested development like nobody else, okay? It's just a fact. The science is behind it. However, you're 29 years old, you're partying, you date a bunch of different women, obviously you've cheated, and Paul hears all of this and is like, we've got a match. And I watched it again because I was like, did I smoke too much? You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I got that problem. Did I smoke too much of the devil's lettuce? Because I know this man did not just admit to being out all the time, not willing to change his lifestyle, and saying he has concerns about his mama and all of that. But then y'all still gave him a match. Thank you, Shayna. Thank you. He said he parties and they matched him. Why?
I'm going to make a point when we're done with all of the couples. Not all the couples in this episode. I'm going to make a point because I saw the similarity of what both the experts were doing, and I don't agree with it. I think that it is heavily toxic that they did what they did. But keep going, Frank, because we ain't there yet.
I actually agree with that. I heavily agree with that also. Do they really get married? Yes, they do get legally married.
Mm-hmm.
They do. It's an actual legal marriage. They have a lot of the old seasons on Netflix. They also have it on Peacock. I've actually seen Married at First Sight on a couple of apps. So check it out. Check it out. And I just started watching old episodes of Traitors, y'all, because I never really got into Traitors like that. I love it. I get the hype.
She was texting me the entire time.
I was like, oh, is this how this works? Listen, he had the answers. I smoked so much yesterday. It was so up in the sky. I had to go lay down. Oh, Shani. At least you got good rest. It was him being late for me. JB, I did not appreciate that. And that's another thing. You're going to call this man out. He's out at all hours of the night. He's giving somebody that doesn't have the lifestyle for a relationship, let alone a marriage. And then you can't even show up on time for the show that you signed up for. So how important is this shit to you?
It's like, so we, out of anybody who auditioned to be on this show, this is who we choose, and we found him a match. And just wait till we get to who he matched with, according to them.
He matched with Tori. She grew up poor. She worked hard. I respect her work ethic. Her family was interesting, though. Her family was very, very interesting. Both of the families were interesting. They meet each other. Tori grew up poor. I guess Felipe wanted like somebody that was girly and family oriented. She's family oriented because it sounds like she's putting her younger sister through college.
Yep.
The way I would have took my sister to the financial aid office, but I think I did too. But hey, I get it. I respect her. She's relatable. But her family gave me some red flags just because it's like, what's your mama doing that she can't help?
Child, I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna talk about somebody.
Why don't you look like any of your siblings? I'm confused. I'm very confused. I have a lot of questions because everybody was blonde haired and blue eyed, and then you had Tori. She's a beautiful girl, but I was just very confused on the family dynamic. But her family did seem close, and it was nice to see all of her family show up. I'm going to say off the top, I think the men are red flags thus far this season. But I do like Tori. I don't really have any negative feedback for her or with her. But she did make some like slight comments indicating that she wouldn't be okay with somebody who's just partying all the time, but she could get into being out. Being okay with someone who's extroverted and partying and all of that is different than somebody coming home between the Monday to Friday days of the week at 4 a.m. And that's what he's giving. Maybe I'm off. Their wedding went well, but I feel like his mama gonna be a problem. I feel like his mama's gonna be a problem because everybody in the family kept saying, how do you think she'll fit in with the family? And this is what I mean when I say there's a such thing as being too close to family. And I think that's why a lot of people that come from families with long marriages struggle to find that for themselves. When you get married, the Bible says you're supposed to leave and cleave. Okay,
Yes.
you leave your family and your parents and you cleave to your spouse. That's what you're supposed to do. So I feel like his family is trying to find someone that meshes with them when they, no disrespect, do not matter. It matters if Felipe meshes with Tori, vice versa. It just seems like they're very one-sided. And then her family just look happy to be there. They just look happy to be there. But how did you feel about them? Their wedding went well, but
Um. Okay. So a few things. One, they're not equally yoked. That's the first thing. Two, their maturity levels do not match. That is the second thing. Three is problematic as he is. She comes off very passive aggressive. I don't see that working later. And also, the last thing I'm going to say is I don't see her being physically attracted to him. It was like her face when they were going through their vows. She looked very awkward and poised, and like she kept this smirk, like, really, this is what y'all doing to me? Like, really, this is him? Like, this is what it is? And gratefully, he's funny. He is charismatic in sort of a goofy class clown way, and a lot of times girls like that. But at the time, when I say girls, that doesn't apply to grown ass women. So I could see that also being an issue because she doesn't look like she likes to laugh as much as she was trying to, you know, keep it together and laughing from awkwardness. That's how I looked at it.
I can agree with that. My bad. I had to go off camera. Y'all, I'm still on the clock. Don't tell nobody.
Else.
Every time I think I'm done, like, why do clients do that? If I am off at 4:30 in 9 minutes, why are you sending me forms now to fill out for you? Lord, Tori was so monotone and blah.
Very. Very.
That's why, JB, I only said, I respect her work ethic. I respect where she comes from. That's all I can really say. She was kind of quiet, nothing bad, nothing. She definitely, maybe she'll get more interesting. I'll give her a shot.
Oh yeah, when he pisses her off, absolutely, she gonna get more interesting, and I see that happening very shortly.
Shani says, as someone who has never been married but wanted to get married to the right person, of course, I can't stand it when people make a joke out of marriage. Who was it? I think it was Miss Kira Speaks. Y'all check out her YouTube channel as well. I had caught a live and she had spoke about that and was like, she wants to make sure it's right when she does. I respect people like that. My grandmother was never married. And she always says, because these Negroes, no matter where you at, big and tall, from New Orleans to Mississippi to California, she said, none of these Negroes ain't shit. That's just how my Nana is. Shout out to her, though.
Shout out to her. That's funny as hell.
she proud of it. She look at my dad and be like, Negroes like you is why I'm like, damn, that's my daddy. Shani says, that's right. Teach your baby sis how to fill out them forms.
I was gonna say, because yeah, I love my sister too, but I'm not paying for shit.
I hope you fill out the forms and figure out how to get your money back from the government. But that's all I got. I think since he is his own boss, he saw he can do what he wants. I agree, and he's not even his own boss because it looks like that was a family restaurant.
He is the manager, the night manager of that restaurant. He works the night shift. That's exactly what they said. So he doesn't own it. He's not really his own boss. He's the entertainment factor. Restaurants have entertainment factors because it looks like that restaurant turned into a whole lot of something else after hours. So, that's what it gives me. It gives me, and then it's a cultural, like, I don't want to say like Hispanic restaurant, but that's what it looked like to me. And, they like to turn up. They do. When margarita, it do. It looked like the chips and salsa be on hit. It did.
Not the chips and salsa.
You always could tell. No, let me tell you. Yeah, let me tell y'all. We gotta go to the good Mexican restaurant, and they actually got tablecloths on the table. That salsa finna be on a whole nother level. I'm not. They think I'm playing. I'm from the Bay Area. We know the chips and salsa. They got tablecloth. It's gonna be some good salsa.
The Mexican food in the Bay Area
is unmatched.
It's unmatched. And the locals not finna tell people who not from here where to go unless you know us. It's just, that's why. What's his name? The guy, Keith, is it Keith Lee? I don't know his name.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about
Yeah,
YouTube.
when he
Yeah, I
came
know
out here, he went to all the wrong places. I
all
said,
the wrong
who sent
places. I
him
was like,
to eat under the BART? Because nobody really from here would have sent him to West Oakland, as quiet as it's kept.
no.
I know they like that West Oakland bitch, but most people from I don't mess with West Oakland like that. They grind me over there. No grown woman wants a class clown. Say it louder, Shayna. Say it louder. We like to laugh, but don't be a goofball.
Right, don't be no goofball, and don't make it to where it's like that's all we see of you. Like that's cute in the moments, but after a while, it's like okay, that get old real quick.
Felipe and Tori give me PTSD from the Chicago season. When were they last in Chicago?
I just started watching last season, so I can't tell you. But yeah, I want to see that now that JB said it. I want to see it now.
The previous season, some of the people they had on there, it was just like I knew this would not work. I used to question Dr. Pepper's like matching skills, and at one point I stopped watching the show because I was so annoyed with how they were matching. Tell them, Grandma, they ain't shit from the rooter to the oh Lord. My grandmother is the nicest mean person you'll ever meet. Now, are you talking about the dude from Married at First Sight, or are you talking about Marsu fronting like he owned a movie theater and he the usher?
We are not talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Thank you, JB.
Married at First Sight.
Oh, they did a couple swap. I did not watch that season, so that's probably why I'm like Chicago.
I might go back and binge watch if I have time.
Why would they do a couple swap?
That's so weird.
What the? I would be annoyed too. That would irritate me.
Yeah,
that probably drove me away from the show. Maybe that's why they on Peacock. Maybe. They sound like the same person, James.
They might be. I don't know. We don't know them yet. We gonna find out though.
Oh Lord. I'm gonna go to Ben Jolie and Mecca. I'm going out of order just because they're quicker to talk about than Adam and Marissa. Now, Belle Jolie, she's with Mecca. She's a makeup artist and a singer. He is a sanitation worker. Now, let me tell y'all this. I always say this. If they wear that green highlighter vest and work outside dealing with public works, utilities, doing something with the street, or even holding a sign or directing traffic, they're paid well and the benefits are worth it. That's all I'm gonna say.
I would have no problem with that job.
Okay,
I'm just saying because I know exactly what he makes. So yes, I didn't see no problem with what he do. They actually required him to. If Washington is the same, they required them to shower before they even leave the premises. So
I love it.
Yes, I know exactly what he makes, and I wouldn't be mad at that career. I really wouldn't be. Not me. Somebody else might be, but I wouldn't.
I want to know who this woman was who said she was scared to sleep with him because she thought what he did for a living would throw off her pH.
I want to meet her too because that is ignorant.
What do you think? That's the one part of him that is covered.
That is covered.
While he's working.
Like, what are you even talking about? No, brother, let me explain something to you, Mecca. That she didn't want to be with you. It had nothing to do with your job. Your job is a scapegoat for why women leave you. If anybody with some real common sense would know, that's an excellent job. I'm keeping you. That woman just didn't want to be with you.
I agree. Because that didn't make no sense. They swapped on their own and they let them stay in the program. I guess what can they do, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of the husband and wife didn't like their spouse.
That's so weird. Then what the hell you get married
then
for?
don't marry them.
Yeah, what you get married for? Yeah, why bother? Like that's crazy.
Come on, Twitter James, give me more jokes for a show I haven't watched yet.
You need to start watching Shane. I'm telling you, you're gonna like it. I didn't think I was gonna like it. I loved it. I was like, oh, this is the show. Don't they get?
Don't they get hazard pay? They do.
They do. People don't know about that. People don't know that it is an extended allowance on your paycheck. Yes, they do. And I believe, depending on the state, you can cap out to $2,000 a month.
Mm-hmm. And California hazard pay.
Is it? How much is it?
Less with hazard pay. Because I have to go into people's homes. Yes, I have to go into people's homes.
Are you fully capped at the max, or how do they do that for y'all?
I'm paid well.
At the max, I knew somebody. If I
don't finish this master's degree, I'm all right.
I knew somebody who cleans septic tanks Hazard pay
They
was
make good
absolutely
money.
excellent money. I can't do it personally, but I'm telling you, I knew somebody who did it. The hazard pay on top of their regular salaries. I was like,
Let me tell you this,
what?
Google San Francisco's Tenderloin neighborhood and the drug crisis. And that is what I have to walk through. Those are the people I service. And then y'all, okay, I earned every dollar of that pay. And most of it goes
Did
to
pay?
PPE.
Yeah,
Most of it goes to PPE, but hazard pay is a good thing to have.
it
Never
is.
sleep
It
on
really
people
is.
doing that
Like I
type
don't
of
know why
work.
people, yeah, turn their nose down. Like y'all don't understand what that is. Dang.
Oh, JB, that would irk me. That would really irk me. That would irk me, especially as like as a viewer, I would be irked, but I can imagine how people felt like who were a part of the process.
Right.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Marrying people they don't like. This ain't the ancient days where it's an arranged marriage. Listen, unless you're Jennifer Aiden on the Housewives of New Jersey, but she's now unemployed. But Jolie, Belle Jolie and Mecca, I'm probably going to call her Jolie because Belle Jolie is a cute name, but that's a lot to say. That's a
Oh,
lot to say.
I called her Bella in my notes.
He said you are Bella, and
You
that's all that I
Bella,
got.
yeah, because you Bella. Because I'm not gonna do all this.
They
Listen, and then the fact that your mama name is Violent. Oh yeah, we not gonna do this. Yeah, Bella. There you go.
all the names though in the family did kind of the names were a lot in the
Yeah.
family. They were a lot. They were cute, but they were a lot. I am going to search Madison and David. Thank you. And I feel like I saw stuff trending online a little while back about them, so maybe that's why he
Mm-hmm.
giving me stuff to look into tonight. But Miss Jolie, Belle Jolie, she's with Mecca, makeup artist, sanitation worker. Um, he makes really good money, which is a good thing. It seems like she has a bunch of jobs that makes her good money. As a makeup artist, I'm sure she's making plenty in today's time. It looks like he had a terrible childhood. But I was confused because he's also in the family business and his dad popped up and he had people show up for him. But he says that he had a terrible childhood and was separated from his siblings and his family at one point. And then she kind of went through some stuff in her childhood. So I feel like the doctors were trying to trauma bond them. Not all trauma bonds are bad. I learned that in school. I was very surprised at that. Depending on how people handle their trauma, it's not always the worst thing. But she didn't meet her father until she was 20 years old. And she says that when she did finally meet her dad, even though she looks just like him, he requested a DNA test. Obviously, she feel away about that. And the DNA test came back and proved that she was his child, but they do not have a relationship. I'm not surprised. I feel like she's probably offended at that, and I hope that she gets some type of therapy for it. You know, they explained their backgrounds, but they didn't explain like if they've done the work to help themselves and things like that. But I don't really have many complaints about them. Now, his dad was interesting. His dad was a character. Okay. His dad was a character. And then Mecca is a little bit corny. Like, he's right at the borderline of goofy to where it almost becomes cringy corny, but he's not quite that. You know, not like he would get on my nerves, but he's a handsome man, but he would definitely get on my nerves. He was flooding at his wedding. He should have wore socks and his ankles was ashy. But they got married. His dad stood up on the wedding day and gave them a little speech. It was odd, but you know, Black people always gonna be a little more lively. So I felt like it was that too. But their wedding was pretty goofy. Do you think they'll last?
No.
I feel like the dad will be a problem. I don't know why, but I feel like the dad may become problematic. And his grandmother's eyes scared me. The way she blinked freaked me out just a little bit.
It was to me. I looked at it as telling her to run.
Yeah, she was just like,
yeah, just run.
I was like, what is this?
What was I gonna say? Oh, are you done? I don't want to interrupt you.
No, you were talking. I saw the thought running out of your brain, and then I saw you thinking. Go ahead.
Well, no, because here's my thing. I'm trying not to jump ahead because I actually wouldn't have put her with him. And this is my reason being. Even though I agree with you, some trauma bonds are healthy because they actually can set a solid foundation when it comes to setting boundaries, and usually the other person doesn't cross the boundaries. I actually do see what they were trying to do. I don't see it with those two. I actually think they're going to be more problematic than they are helpful to each
Mhm.
other. I also don't see any chemistry between the two, and of course they just met, so of course they're not going to have chemistry. But
She
I
didn't
just
kiss
didn't.
him.
Yeah, I didn't see an element of like, oh my God, yes, they got it right. I kind of like it's kind of like trusting the process to see what they're seeing. That's what I got from them too. I don't see them lasting. And if I'm honestly speaking, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. You can just kill me later. Um, I actually would have matched her with Adam. I actually would have matched her with him before I matched her with Mecca. I get they're trying to keep black love alive. I get that. I'm not against that. But if I'm talking about sensibility, she needs someone that's going to take her seriously because she has a lot of trauma and she has a lot of guard up. I felt like Adam is patient enough for her. And I feel like with the musically inclined she sings, he plays the piano. I kind of feel like they could have built a bond there too, where it's something that they actually can benefit from each other with, his connects and everything. So I kind of feel like I would have matched them. I would,
She did seem uncomfortable with him.
yeah,
And the point about the music, creative spirits, people into music, things like that, they do tend to mesh well with each other. I do think the doctors were trying to keep them like race with race, which I can understand, but sometimes it's okay to do stuff out of the box, but
out
they
of the
probably
box.
don't have no problems.
No, they
The
just need to bring
network.
us on board when they cast and when they start matching people, you and I, and give us an extra back end on the cut because we will get it right. Me and Mrs. Best will get this right. We really would. After we interview the people, she and I would brainstorm and we would pick the perfect matches. I'm
I
telling
don't
y'all,
understand what they were doing though. I felt like they were on bullshit with how they match people. Just like all
yes,
the red flags. Like I felt like, especially with Felipe and Adam, like there were so many red flags with them, having to force them to be honest. Like those are all things that carry over into a relationship. This is my problem with Married at First Sight. Like the matchmaking be off, and I
it'll
don't
be
understand
so
why they
off.
ignore it. It's like we want to see somebody work. Come on.
Because when I think about it, I was like, okay, when I'm looking at the couples before they matched anybody, I'm like, I'm already picking based on who they have already selected to be in the cast. Okay, I'm gonna match him because I honestly would have I would have matched Felipe with the girl who got matched with Adam. I actually would have matched them two together because I felt like they were more aligned with each other and had a lot of similarities versus who they got matched with. And I don't know if I would have put Mecca with Tori. I don't know if I would have did that. I would have to see what else is up in the lineup. But I know for sure I would have paired Bella with Adam, and I don't think I would have matched Felipe with Tori. I don't think I would have done either. I just don't think so.
I could see that. I don't like the matches,
Yeah.
honestly. Shani said, "Come on, y'all, sling with me." Not Jolene, Shani. I believe it, JB. I believe it. That is the name y'all said, right? Jolie. But Jolene is close enough, child. Her name is too long. I don't know if y'all want to binge that season. It was a lot of episodes and they were 2 hours long. Oh, I'm not binging it. I'm gonna go on YouTube. Shout out to all the content creators out there doing deep dives and summarizing the shit so I don't have to watch it.
I'm gonna watch the finale and the reunion.
Yeah, that's
That's how
probably
I'm gonna
smart.
do it. That's how I'm gonna
That's
do
what I
it.
had to
'Cause
do with Love and Marriage Huntsville before coming on your channel because season 1 was a cajillion episodes.
Yep.
I was like, I'm not gonna get through this. We're gonna go season finales and reunions. Why is that? Why is that the new look? No socks with high water pants and shoes. Nobody said that's the new look. He just
That's
looks
not the new
painful.
look, but it is a common look that I do see, and it is trending right now. I just think that he just didn't execute because he actually has great style. He does. His confessional look is on point, but I just think that
He
he
needs
just
to let
doesn't
go of
know.
that childish haircut that I see a lot of
Right.
the teenagers at Castle Mile High wear.
And he
Okay,
needs to, and you need lotion, sir. You need baby oil. You need to tan them feet because I can tell that you,
aloe,
yeah,
coconut
you
oil.
need coconut oil. You need something, and you need to wear. You need to stand outside in the sun. Get you a mat and stand outside so your feet can tan just a little bit. That's all. That's all. But
All
yeah,
right.
I don't see them lasting. I don't think I would have matched them together. I really wouldn't have. Yeah.
I agree. The last couple we're going to discuss is Adam and Marissa. I think that Adam is the biggest red flag of this episode and probably of the season. He claims he's been on this hunt for love for years and years and years. He said he'd been looking for a wife since he was 18. Why? Because he's financially well off. He says he has everything he needs in life, and he is a serial relationship person. There are a lot of people out there who are just always in a relationship or always have somebody that they're with. Nothing's wrong with that. Sometimes that's a good sign. It shows people can commit, but other times it's like you don't always need to be in a relationship. I feel like with Adam, he just be dating a date and probably doesn't need to commit the way that he has been doing it. But he seems to pride himself on discipline because he was an Eagle Scout. I mean, I guess it's good to be a self-disciplined person, but when you pride yourself on it, it shows your ego more than discipline. He played the piano for hella long. And what pissed me off was not that he played the piano. It was that he made them people sit through the warm-ups and then played one of the longest songs you could play on the piano and then played a second one. And it's like, do that for women. You're around men right now, so this isn't working. But I kind of felt like what he did with the men is what he does with women. And some dumb bitches will fall for that. But I am a person that's never attracted to the person in the room who's the loudest or the most popular or the most extroverted. I'm turned off to people like that because they're usually messy or shallow in my experience. So I'm looking at that and I'm like, you may be having an adverse effect and maybe you're attracting the wrong type of woman because you want to be the center of attention. I could be reaching, but he gives. He loves to be the center of attention. Now, we get to the bullshit because Paul comes to talk to Adam and he asks him the last time, and he had all of his guy friends around, which is a red flag. That's a red flag. I hate the bros before hoes. These are my guys. Like, it's okay to have friends. Same thing. I feel the same way about women, but your friends don't need to always be around when you're in a marriage. That's actually not good for your marriage because you're not going to be able to know what type of marriage you have or work out the trajectory of your own situation if there's always other people around. Just the fact. But Paul asked his friends to go away so that they could talk in private. And when he asked them the last time a woman came through the doors of his home, he said, last night. Now, why the fuck are you here? And why are you applying for a show called Married at First Sight if you're still dating? What happens if you have a connection with someone you're dating and now you're going off and marrying somebody else? Like, that's inconsiderate, that's self-centered, and that's not okay. And I had to say to myself, just like the good doctor, why are you single? You're 6'5", so you have the height that women want. Then on top of being 6'5", I guess to the melanin redacted and to some people he's considered attractive. I did not find this man attractive at all, but he does not look unattractive, if that makes sense. But he's an attractive man, 6'5". He has a lot of money and is wealthy. What's the problem, man? He's in shape. And I think the problem with Adam's dating life is Adam. I think he's overly critical after we watched a few things. But before we get to that, Paul, when he found out that woman was there last night, he kept asking questions. And it turns out the woman has been dating him, essentially. I'm like, women aren't just coming to your house while you cook them dinner. And I think he lied to Paul about not sleeping with her. You invited that woman to your house so that you could cook dinner. And she stayed the night, but y'all didn't sleep together. And this was your 5th date. And then for the picture, Paul was like, oh, and she fine. But tells this fool, I want you to call her and let her know of this experience. He holds him accountable because that's what you're supposed to do. And that's where a lot of people are fucked up. And that's probably why the dating realm for the single people is hell. Every time I talk to somebody single, it don't matter if it's somebody across the country or my friends here in the Bay. They're all saying the same shit. So I'm like, this is why. People are not being fucking honest. People are cowards trying to act like they're not. If you are talking to someone this often, cooking her dinner, wooing her, doing things that you would do in a relationship with her, you understand the message that you're sending at your big age, sir. You had to know. Why would you not tell her you applied for this show? That's the part I don't understand. I feel like they're going to buy some bullshit. And the person that he dumped, I feel like is going to end up being the person he's going to meet to marry. I'll get to that in a minute. I feel like that's going to happen. but he calls her and dumps her, and she was understandably irritated. But then after he does that, we got a match. And I'm just kind of like, you should have sent him home the moment he said he just had a bitch over last night. You're trying to do married at first sight. I don't think that's fair to the woman that he's going to marry to find out that there's no cooling off period between him having an ex. He dumped her because the relationship expert made him, because he also tried to fight it and did not want to call her and tried to come up with excuses. So that tells me Adam is dishonest and has an ego so big that he won't admit it. And he thinks that he's so smart that he can manipulate the experts. And I don't think these experts are equipped to deal with him. I really don't. But before we get to what else happened in his introduction to the match that he has, just off what I just said, how did you feel about Adam's meeting with Paul and the woman? How you felt about it?
Like you said, he was so far the biggest red flag of all the men that we have seen in the room, even to our introduction to him, to this personal time with him. It is a huge red flag. I think that, to me, his problem is, yes, he is overcritical, but he's overcritical in the ways that he wants the woman to be perfect. If he's one of those where, a woman in the street but a freak in the bedroom kind of guy, where he wants a woman to look like a certain stature in public, but as long as, she doesn't look like that, yeah, he'll probably sleep with her, woo her, and everything like that. Yeah, he's a red flag. He's a player. He absolutely is. And I think that the problem is yes, he wants to be married idealistically, but I'm questioning a lot of different things with him. And as I said, he reminded me a lot of Alex from Summer House Martha Vineyard, where he would find something purposely wrong. And on one occasion, he was right. I'll give him that, with one of them women that he did not end up with on the show. But it's like you're constantly trying to find something wrong with her so you don't be with her. And I think that that's the problem with him, and that's why he hasn't found love, is because he's trying to find something wrong with her. So therefore, he doesn't want to be with her, and then it looks like it's never his fault. It's her fault to why we couldn't get married or be with each other. That's what he was giving me, and the whole reason why he didn't want to end it with that girl is because he hasn't found anything in her yet that would cause him not to want to be with her.
He said that the reason he did not want to be with her and why he had not committed yet was because she's not an animal person. But he said outside of that they had a great connection. Exactly. But then he also, in the same breath, tried to act like it wasn't all of that when trying to avoid having to call her. So I think he's a liar. I think he's a sleaze. Yep. And I personally feel like he needs to date men, but that's just my opinion.
I think honestly, and I'm not trying to be funny, y'all, I actually agree with Mrs. Best. He needs to date men. I don't think women are his speed. He needs to be with a man. Like, I think a man would be better for him. And I'm not trying to make everybody like, where y'all at in these comments, like, James always trying to make somebody gay. No, I just feel like we need to stop doing this in today's time. If you're a better suit for a man, you need to be with a man. Stop trying to find things wrong with women so you won't be with them, because nobody is perfect. People are going to have flaws. People are not going to come up short. That is life. I've been taught that at a very young age. People fall short all the time. I fall short. It's life. You take the good with the bad. Nobody's perfect, but they should be perfect for you. But if you keep trying to find something wrong with somebody, you're going to find it.
I think of Chili from TLC. Mm-hmm. That's why she was alone for so long. Like, when you're looking for something wrong, a lot of times you got to look within yourself. Yeah. Shani said, "Was this dude a fake ass Beethoven, y'all?" He actually played.
Yeah, he actually played him. Yeah.
He played really well.
Yeah.
Okay. He played well. He's probably single because he's one of those men that your grandmother always told you about that ain't shit. Yeah. A lot of women will probably deal with him though just because of what he has. And that's why I encourage a lot of people, stop looking into their bank accounts. Make sure you independent yourself and date the person, not their wallet. See, I don't have time to be trying to figure out if you're telling me the truth or not. I feel it, Shani.
Me too.
It's been done before where the men were still dating leading up to the show. I know. In earlier seasons, there was a woman that happened to before as well. But I feel like that's where the experts need to like cut those people. Like, do an audition episode and cut
And then
people, take
ask
your
them in
time.
the process of the 6 months that y'all are interviewing them, ask them, are you willing to stop dating the person you're with in the process of the 6 months that we are interviewing you so we can have your full authentic self? Are you willing to give that up? If they're not willing to give it up, they shouldn't be on the show. Point making a period.
He don't want to be married. I think he only wants to be married because he keeps saying, I have everything in life that people will want. The wife is the only thing missing. Like everything with him
It's image.
is surface and image. It's
Yeah.
not really like what he wants, it seems. He just gives fake, and I agree with JB's comment too. He's looking for somebody perfect, and that's ridiculous when he's got so many problems. But it does not get better with this guy because Marissa is going to be the woman who he is matched with. She loves animals as well, though she's like me. I have a cat and I'm allergic to cats. Hey, if you're willing to take the pills, take the pills. But we learned that he has parents, but his parents not going to be there because he didn't tell anybody that he was doing this show really outside of his friends. I think he did this on purpose. I feel like he did this on purpose because I don't think he wants to present this woman to his family until he knows if she's perfect the way he wants her to be. Because I feel like they might have made him this way. But his parents are on a trip, a pre-planned trip to Switzerland, I believe he said. You don't just leave the country unless it is pre-planned when it comes to going so far, because you got to worry about visas, sometimes health declaration forms, all sorts of crazy stuff. So his parents probably had this planned in advance, and I wouldn't cancel my trip to Sweden for somebody to marry a nigga they just met neither. I'm gonna take a picture, smiling, and wish you well on your new marriage. That's all we could do. But his parents aren't going to be there at all. I'm sorry, it was a trip to Iceland, not Switzerland. My sister is in Switzerland right now and just came from Sweden, so that's probably why my brain is there. But his parents are in Iceland. They're not coming back. I hope his parents are enjoying themselves, honestly. And when they come back, bring a piece of ice and knock your son upside the head with it, and maybe some sense will come into him. But on Married at First Sight, we always see the couples give each other gifts and things of that nature. I don't always talk about it. Now, he gifted her a bunch of hints about his life, a very selfish gift. I think gifts tell everything about you. You want someone to know about your likes and dislikes, but you made something that was about both of you, about just you. And he kind of told her, I like skiing. I like doing this. I like jet skiing, and you're going to have to get with it in order to be with me. That's what I took that message as a little bit, but I didn't really like that. Then Marissa gifted him with a shot of Maker's Mark, a good whiskey. And it was just a little shot. And then she gifted him with like a journal to start the journal of their love story and their life, which was thoughtful, but he was annoyed. Like he actually looked pissed off at the fact that she gifted him with a shot. And instead of reading the words of what she wrote and taking that to heart, he focused on the fact, well, I don't drink. Okay, that's your choice, motherfucker. You don't get to control women just because you're a fucking husband, bitch. That's not how it works. I don't drink in real life. Amina does not drink. My husband drank. He just had some liquor over the weekend. That's his prerogative. He don't pressure me to drink. Not on vacation, not at home, not anywhere. So I don't like when people try to put their convictions on other people, kind of like those people who are like, I'm a vegan, so my spouse needs to be a vegan. No, they do not. Like, just because you do something for yourself doesn't mean your spouse has to agree with that. That's weird. And that's probably why a lot of people is getting divorced. Why are you upset at that instead of appreciating the note? But he says that the alcohol is a red flag. And then in one of the notes that she wrote for the journal of their life, she said, I can't wait to be warming up leftover macaroni and cheese in the microwave. She said something along that nature, just like cozy moments at home with your partner. And he's like, oh, that's another red flag. We're going to have to teach her about food that has cancer-causing chemicals and microwaves.
Just proved my point.
This is why people get annoyed with agencies like PETA. This is why people get annoyed with people who are overly political, whether you are left or right. Okay, this is why people get annoyed with stuff like that. Why are you judging her because she's eating foods like that? And two, as quiet as it's kept, sir, even the seeds that are fed here in America, if you went to college and took an environmental science class, good luck avoiding cancer causing chemicals, because even the seeds you grow got stuff in them. Okay. I'm just looking like you cannot attack her for like going to the grocery store and buying food like the rest of us. It just seems petty. And the fact that the first thing you said about that was, well, we can teach. She's not your dog to train. Okay. You cannot do that. So I didn't like that. He just gave, I'm sorry, he gave classic white man in America, judgy, prejudice, thinks he's all of that. And he equates everything back to $1, and he cares so much about how he looks. He gave more bitch than man, but in his mind, he probably looks great. Now, I think Marissa's going to run. I think she's going to run. And AB is not here. Shout out to American Born 2, our moderator. But AB has said to me that he thinks that Marissa's going to run. She was super nervous. Now, it's one thing to be nervous. I was nervous on my wedding day, and I knew the man for 3 years. But she was so nervous to where, like, you could see her hyperventilating. You could see her start to, like, glisten and sweat. Like, she barely got there, but she made it. And he's thinking about a shot. And they get down the aisle, and she says, I know him. And I'm just like, did y'all do this on purpose? And that's where the episode ended. And I'm like, did y'all do this on purpose? Or, like, I know Seattle's not the biggest, but it's big. If you know him and it didn't work before, run. If you're the girl that he dumped on the phone, run. What do you think it is, James?
I don't think she's the girl on the phone. I don't think she's her at all. Word on the curb is that she knew him from a time in both their lives where he was sort of the partier playboy. That's what word on the curb is about these two. And if that's the case, then I hope she does run far, 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 far away. Because her name was Marissa, right? I keep forgetting her name. Marissa, you having those jitters and those nerves and feel like you finna throw up and hyperventilate and you're sweating, that's your discernment. Saying that this is not right. This is not what you need to be doing. Ladies, let me explain something to you. Jitters feel like something that is kind of pulling on your stomach, but in a way that gives you butterflies. Hyperventilating, nauseousness, nervousness is your body and your discernment telling you this ain't the road. This ain't it. Because sure enough, what happens? She walked down the aisle and then pauses and stops and goes, I know him. So there you have it. You have to listen to that inner voice. I'd have told them to cut the cameras. I'm not getting married today because something don't feel right. Something ain't right. No, I probably wouldn't have did that. I probably would want to see him first, and then I would probably say, okay, I'm not.
If I was nervous like that and then got up there and it was somebody I know, run. Because you are right. That is her discernment. That's your women's intuition. Listen to it, please. But I feel like a lot of people don't be trusting themselves or knowing when it's appropriate to trust themselves. But I thought it was a great way to end the episode. I'm looking forward to meeting the rest of the couples. Hey, bye. This is only the first episode, and the real story is just getting started. The next episode is going to connect all the dots, and I have a feeling everything is about to fall like dominoes.
I have that same feeling, vibe. The same.
I feel like maybe we're seeing these first 3 couples first because maybe they're going to be the first to go and not last. Because I don't think any of them will make it. I just don't. I think the only people who might last for a little bit, but not long term, is Felipe and Tori.
Oh, out of these 3 couples. Are you talking about? Okay. Yes, I'll give it to Felipe. I feel like she'll give him like time to see if she's wrong about him in her mind. Like I feel like she would give him time. I don't see it for Mecca and Bella. I don't see it for them. I think that this was horrible matching. And also with Adam and Marissa, I don't see them either. I feel like this is one of those circumstances where they just chose him because I get what you're saying. He's not all that attractive. It's the mustache. if he were to shave that off,
Oh
he
yeah, that
probably would
mustache
be.
is
He
nasty.
probably would be a little bit more attractive. He needs to shave that. That's not cute. You need to shave that. I think if you shave that, you would be a lot more appealing.
Yeah, he has to let go of that mustache and change that haircut because that comb
And that
over,
haircut, yeah,
it is
yeah.
not cute.
Why don't you just gel it up? Maybe do something.
I actually agree with that. Up, not to the side, sir.
Yeah, gel it up. Yeah, there you go.
I'm not canceling no trip to Iceland. I'll meet the broad when I get back. Right.
Yeah, my mom wouldn't have canceled her trip either for me. So
My grandmother with my sisters, dude, when it came time when she wanted him to meet the family. My nana said, I'm in Alaska on a cruise. Don't call me for 14 days. That's what she said. I love her. I do. That is it for this review, beautiful people. I am still behind in reviews. I'm fucking up the church's money. Okay, I'm doing the best I can. But I am going to get out the 90 Day Fiance, The Last Resort review. I will get that out, honestly, probably tomorrow morning. Tomorrow is Thursday. So I also have The Valley. But that doesn't happen until the afternoon. I do The Valley at 4:30 p.m. on Thursdays, and we'll be on James's channel.
Yes, for Next Gen NYC happening at about 2 p.m. Oh wait, you have to work. I keep forgetting about that.
Wait,
what?
I keep
forgetting about you.
I should be available at 2 p.m. because I have to.
We will text you. She and I will coordinate, and then I will put the live up.
No,
early.
I should be available at 2 p.m. because I'm generally like free at that time. I'll be off camera, but I'll be here.
No worries. Okay, then that makes sense. All right, then yeah. So we'll get that going for you guys, so you guys can see Next Gen. Hopefully, this episode is better. I'm not liking it, so we're hoping this episode's a little bit better.
Hopefully, it does get better. We're all hoping for Next Gen because it has potential. It's a great show. That is it for now, you guys. Love and light to everybody. I hope everyone enjoys their day, and we'll see you guys next time. Oh, bye.